Beautiful day, Patriots. How are you? Two videos in one day. Wow. All the occasion is I got a letter today, and I had an art project, and I wasn't sure what I was going to do with it or how I was going to finish it. And when I got the letter, I was like, "Ooh, look at this! This is going to be fun." So I'll show you what I do with this, the other part that was in this baggie in a few days. Now, I thought it'd be a good time to put out maybe a little cute story. It's real important. Maybe it's not important at all. Who knows? But to document things, to have maybe like say if you had a dream, to tell somebody so that if that dream happens to coincide or come true or whatever the case is, there's someone else besides yourself that can document it or show that it was happening. Now, this happens to millions of people around the world all the time, to get prophetic dreams or coincidental dreams or deja vu dreams or terror dreams or all kinds of dreams. Yes, we dream. Earlier today I was talking about Council of Time, Mike from around the world. And he, in the past decade that I've been listening to him, has talked about dreams. And it's been kind of funny how some of his dreams I can relate to some of his dreams. Not all of them, not even a majority of them, not even at all. But there are a few that are kind of amazing. And it's kind of funny how I have shared in the past few years some of my dreams with a few other people. And now those same people are listening to Mike from around the world themselves and are kind of surprised and comment back like, "Hey man, he's talking about that kind of a dream that you're talking about." And it's, once you start getting in tune with a certain vibration or a certain knowledge or a certain, because it's not a gift, it's beyond a gift, it's more than a gift. A lot of times when you feel like you've got a gift, then you will realize that it's a burden. And then if you start to feel like it's a burden, you'll realize that it's a gift. And at the same time, you must live in your life in this world with everybody else. And I thought this might be a good time to just kind of explain how Mike from around the world and his dreams and his knowledge and his stories can relate to you on a personal level if you listen to, especially over a time, maybe a council of time, a period of time, you'll be able to relate to what he's talking about. And then when you realize what he's talking about is biblical stories and biblical moments in history and time, past, present, and he is finally now talking a little bit more publicly about the future, which all sometimes happen all at the same time. Past, present, future can sometimes be working in ways that we don't understand. What I'm about to talk about is a little bit of a Q story time. And it's not about Q, and it's not about dreams. It's about coincidences and how things can correlate to you if you listen to him, and I do listen to him, and his last speaking, his last talk, his last teaching, his last sharing to the world on May 14th, 2021. He was talking about a lot of things. And this was also following the show with Pastor Paul Begley the night before, talking about a lot of deep things. The past, present, and future. And talking again about his show last night, he was talking about the Wright brothers. My name is Gregory Hamilton, and on my father's side, we come from indentured slave in the coal mines. My grandfather, as the family story goes, was almost a professional everything. Just barely made it, missed out on the New York Yankees. Was a golfer, tennis player. Grandmother was the same. So on my father's side, we're athletic. But on my mother's side, we're related to the Wright brothers. And so on my mother's side, that's her maiden name. And I've shared these stories before in the past, so it's not new knowledge. But he was talking about this last night. And I thought it was kind of a fun coincidence to share tonight about how family lineage can sometimes maybe pass down things, or, well, it's let's just say a little story of how my relation to the Wright brothers and Mike's story of the Wright brothers. And he's shared this story before. Orville and Wilbur were bicycle mechanics, bicycle tinkers. That's how they did their profession. It's ironic. We love bikes in our family. We're all bikers. We love bicycles. But Orville and Wilbur had a passion with flight. They wanted to fly. And Mike was talking about, in which we know that pretty much any time before that period of time, you could have been considered a heretic for even considering flying. The Wright brothers' father was a preacher and told his own sons that they could never fly. They should give it up, that it can't be done. Orville and Wilbur's father could not understand what their sons were saying. He couldn't grasp it. He told them that they were fools for thinking that way, for speaking that way, for spending their time on that subject. That was what, maybe 120 years ago? Those two men revolutionized the world. And even their own father couldn't understand and told them that to give it up. When you know something, or something is within you and you're burning from within, you don't listen to others. You refuse to listen to others, even if it's the ones that love you and then refuse to hear you. So God bless every single person that out there that refuses to believe the norm and the stories and find Jesus Christ. Amen.